the Ingleby Gallery in Edinburgh has been having a 25-year celebration, or celebration rather, running for 25 years, and I popped along to see what they were showing. I loved the building as usual. It's kind of imposing on the outside. Once you're inside, it's solid. It's got high ceilings. It's got works of art in beautiful space. And one of the artworks I loved when I first went in was a neon one in the hallway. And it's the words he, haw. And it's like it's speaking, because you get he lit up, haw lit up, then he, haw all together. And it really is like it's speaking to you, because it's taking its time to say the word. I find it amusing. I love the yellow colour, love the brightness of it all. And in the main room downstairs, it's huge. I took a wide angle photograph, which I'm going to try and squeeze onto the screen to let you see. And I also did a panorama with my camera, starting off with Sean Scully and going around the room. And there is such a wide range of styles there. It is just unmissable. Not something you want to miss, because it's all together in the one space. There's also Craigie Aitchison as well. There's different artworks. There's the sculptures. I'll put some of the titles and the artists mentioned on the screen so you can see them and see who you recognise and have heard of already or are interested in seeing. And obviously it's quite unusual to have them all together in the one space, because it's for this 25 years celebration. And as I say, I warmly recommend you going to see them. I find there was two pictures together, one of stars, one of a male figure naked, and it reminded me of Matisse's the picture on Jazz, where he has this airman being shot down. And I also find another accidental, probably linkage, which is two different pictures, one of which has a figure in it with their arm up as if they're Moses dividing the Red Sea, and a few on a wall, adjacent wall, you've got somebody getting ready to cover the garden furniture or fold sheets. It's not quite sure which, but there's exactly the same gesture of the arm up in the air. And that's the interesting thing. These pieces were obviously made by totally different artists, totally different years, and yet they've been put together with an eye to seeing what echoes and what makes you think about them. I love the kitchen. The kitchen is like a particular space for Ian Hamilton Finlay, where you have a lot of his works. Obviously the boats along the mantelpiece, the little sailing boats, and also there's a huge rack display of mugs. Very sensibly, the mugs are all large enough to have words on them, and the staff are so welcoming to let you go through rooms which are close to their offices, close to where they're working, and it has that beautiful architecture of an old building, and yet the sense of voices around about, people walking through. You clearly hear them on the stone flagged floor, and there's that sense of a home being lived in. I love the library. What's not to like about the library as far as I'm concerned? There was a little sign up about it. There was also rules of the library displayed as well, which is always fun, like the dark colours. And in the hallway there is the most wonderful grandfather clock. It has the slowest, most steady tick I've heard anywhere. It is calming to listen to. I think if you did nothing else, if you simply went into the hallway and listened to that clock, it would do you good. It's an audio art sound piece all on its own. Then upstairs there's a feast room, and that's because this building used to be formerly owned by a sort of branch of Christianity, where they would have 4-hour services on a Sunday, and obviously you need refreshment and a break in the middle, and they had this large room where they then would go and have this communal meal together after 2 hours, and then go back for another time together in the worship room. So absolutely love that. I must say that there was also like a little animated film of buses. I was waiting to catch a bus, which eventually did not come. It was a bit of a thing, but the buses were giving me mixed messages, with starting off by being really urgent, then moving into a period of encouraging to be at peace and be slothful almost, and wait. And in the end, I actually walked on down the road because it was a rainy night, and caught a bus elsewhere because the scheduled bus just wasn't coming. So a little bit of an adventure. It's going to the Ingleby Gallery for their celebration of 25 years showing.